Well, the new album, Paid in Full, is out very soon. Um, I think it's out tomorrow, isn't
Mm.
it? At some point.
No, 22nd. 22nd.
Oh, 22nd. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting confused now. I've done that many interviews lately. I'm getting confused.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah.
Dates, man. Or it could be
Yeah.
2010 right now. I don't know. Yeah.
What can you tell me about the title of the album? Where does that come from?
Well, I couldn't call it Power Slave because that was taken. Couldn't call it Rest in Peace. Apparently, that was taken too. No, yeah, it's just I don't know. You just get old and disgruntled, and that's just where you end up, man. I think it's just more about just not wanting to deal with people's shit anymore, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. And what makes this a different album from Way of the Road musically?
I don't know. It's got different riffs. Although I realized that the picking for the song "Long Live the Fist" is almost the exact same picking pattern that I do in "You're Gonna Pay." So I feel like at this point I'm just ripping off my old riffs or something. I don't even know anymore. No, it's heavier, just a lot heavier. Way the Road was a lot mellower, I think, like almost a little bit like whiny at some points. I think this one's a bit more, I don't know, disgruntled. That's probably my theme word for everything now.
Yeah,
Skullfist, disgruntled.
that should have been the title.
Yeah, just go. So what does that mean? Exactly what you think it means.
Fuck off with these stupid questions.
Yeah, no, I think it's just heavier. It's a bit more. The sound is a bit better, I think, than Way the Road. Way the Road vocals were a lot weaker. This one, vocals are a lot stronger.
Was there anything you did with your voice this time around to make it stronger, or was it just the way it turned out production-wise?
When I did Way of the Road, it was right after vocal surgery, so like I had to set the bar real fucking low.
Yeah.
So I basically just barely got through recording that record. And it took me like days just to record single lines and shit like that. So yeah, so it was a huge pain in the ass. This one was a lot easier.
Yeah. Would you say that? Well, it's kind of a stupid question, but not having to deal with it this time around, this was a lot more fun to record, or you're still feeling pretty disgruntled?
No, I mean, I like making demos better than recording records. You know what I mean? Because when you get the demo, like I finish the demo, I put it in I'm in my jogging pants in my basement, and I'm like, put the headphones in, crank it up. I think that's like my favorite spot. You know what I mean? Like the one that feels the best is when I'm actually doing the demos. I think the recording process is a pain in the ass because you're like, I don't know, man, you got to sit there all day, you know? And it's like, fuck, I can't do anything for more than an hour at a time, you know? Like, so having to sit there for 6 hours and play guitar, it's just boring, I think.
Yeah. I guess when you're doing that, it kind of feels like you're dissecting the song or.
Yeah, it's too much, you know?
Yeah.
I honestly, I wish that I wish that the demos were the songs and that was the album. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I think that's where the enjoyment is done for me.
Yeah.
After that, it's all like just a pain in the ass. I think. Yeah. I think it'd be better if music production was way shittier. That would be awesome because then you could release your demos and it's like it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I know you do release your demos on the Patreon.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah. I just it's funny because like I said, it's like I go back and listen to the demos and I'm like, I mean, yeah, sure, the albums are always way more refined and everything is finalized.
Yeah.
But I like, even with old band, like other bands that I listen to, it's like sometimes I find myself leaning towards shittier production than like really good production.
Yeah. It's definitely the way with like 80s thrash, for example.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Although I when I was younger, I never realized it. I never realized that I hate reverb. I didn't know that. I assumed, I was a kid and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be a heavy metal band. I need reverb, And then when I got older, I realized that I actually hated reverb because it just buries everything.
Yeah.
You know, like I started realizing that I like music where I can pick out every instrument clearly.
Mm.
And same thing, like, you know, the guys crush it. They fucking just compress the shit out of it. And you look at the wave and it's just a rectangle, you know, like it doesn't, there's no ups, there's no downs. And there's something else that I realized over the years was that I like, maybe that's why I like demos a lot better, because it's way more, it's just more of a natural, it's like the guys are there playing it in front of you versus.
Yeah. And I guess when you're doing the demos, you still got that excitement because it's something brand new and, you know.
And yeah, true. Absolutely, man. It's new. Yeah. And you only get that feeling for so long, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you listen to a song 20 times going over it. It's still exciting, but anything you start stipping.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get to a point, like even like classic songs like Ace of Spades or whatever, it comes on and you go, oh, I fucking heard that. Here it is.
Yeah, I can't listen to Motley Crue anymore, man.
Really?
I listen to them. I can't. I listened to it so much when I was a kid, like 18, 19, that like I can't even hear that band anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I can't.
I'm like that with Metallica. It's like,
yeah, honestly, yeah, and
that is imprinted on my DNA by this point.
Yeah, Ride the Lightning and Injustice for All. I could still maybe listen to a little bit of stuff from Injustice for All. I could listen to fucking what's the one? I could listen to Dyer's Eve probably because I didn't like it when I was a little kid.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't listen to that song as much for some reason. I didn't really like Master of Puppets that much though.
No,
it's good. I mean,
yeah.
But I think Ride the Lightning and Injustice for All are way better.
Yeah, definitely. I'd agree with that. Yeah. I think they kind of have that more, what's the word? Like Ride the Lightning is that perfect balance between Kill 'Em All and Master of Puppets.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I love the sound of it, man. I don't know, man. It just sounds like so perfect to me.
That's great. But we've talked enough about Metallica. Let's talk about Skullfist. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're comparing turds to gold, but you know, that's fine.
Get someone else that calls Metallica turds.
Yeah, no, listen, I was saying Skullfist was the turd. No, Skullfist is the gold.
I got it. Well, like I mentioned there, you're pretty active with the Patreon. Did Patreon play a role in funding the album, or
I have to right now, man? I have to. I don't think it's something that I'm very enthusiastic about having to do, but at this point, it's like we'll have to do anything that I can because we're fucking 20 grand in debt. It's like I have to do anything I possibly can. But I mean, there are benefits to it as well because it's nice having a place to share this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because I can't spam the Skullfist stuff with fucking, you know what I mean? Like I can't. It's like, that's kind of, it is, I've noticed that I was very reluctant to doing it, but once I did it after a little while, I was like, hey, you know what? There's kind of like small benefits to it, you know, like it's cool. It's more like, I don't know. It's just like I can ramble on a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Share stories and stuff like that versus just making this Skullfist page of me just, you know, rambling on about whatever. It sounds like I'm like an 80-year-old man if I did that on the Skullfist Facebook, you know. Yeah, whatever. We had onions on our belt. It was the style at the time. Which is the style at the time. Yeah. I say everything is fucking Simpsons quotes all the time. Eh? That's that's.
Give me 5 Bs for a Skullfist album.
Yeah, it was fucking B sharps.
The artwork for the album is pretty cool. I think it's like reminds you a lot of stuff from the 80s and that kind of thing without it looking dated. It's really sort of well done. This was done by Sharon Toxic, who's done artwork for Firewind before. How did you guys sort of meet? Because I think she's done some previous Skullfist albums as well. So how's this collaboration come to be?
Sharon is the coolest. I mean, she's rad as hell. We've been, you know, best friends for like 11, 12 years since we were kids and shit. Yeah, we've known each other since we were like 18, 19. And so, yeah, I mean, she's really awesome at suggesting things for me and saying, hey, chill out. you know, dial it back a little, you know, or, you know, she just really has always been with Skullfish. She's always been someone that I ask, just value her input. You know, she always has, she writes all the songs. I don't write anything. I think the guitar player most of Accept's lyrics were written by the guitar player's wife, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which explains why the song Son of a Bitch sounds like it's talking to a guy. No, and yeah, she, like I said, she's always been the person that I value her input the most out of anybody. Like anybody that I know or something like that. She's super smart. She's just much smarter and more intelligent than me.
And as for recording the album itself, like you say, it's a fucking slog to go through all these songs and stuff. But were you able to sort of come together to record the album, or did you have to do things separately because of restrictions and things like that?
This monster's fucking with my throat. Hold on, I need more of it.
Need to switch to Red Bull, dude.
Same time.
Just Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. Oh my God, he gave his dog a stunner. We recorded it in actually February of 2020. The music was done in 2020. Yeah, it was done a long time ago. So it was before coronavirus became a thing. We were in the studio talking about it, and we were like, yeah, that's gonna last like 2 weeks. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
we were wrong. Yeah, wrong about that one. And we just thought it was going to be another SARS or something like that, you know. And but so the music was done. I recorded the vocals at home, so it was like super easy. You know, it was like we just kept pushing it back further and further because we thought we were going to go on tour with it, and everything, you know, just kept getting shit. And then finally, we just like, fuck it, let's just release it anyway. If we don't tour with it, I don't care. You know, I like wearing jogging pants anyway.
me too.
Yeah, God, fuck, I'm wearing them in cut off jogging shorts right now. Yes, I hear you.
It's far too bloody cold and rainy over here to be doing that. But
yeah, it's pretty cold as shit here too.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah, but you guys got like that chill. You know, we just get like, we get winter and it's cold as balls, but you guys get like that oceany, cool breeze thing going on all the time.
Yeah, in some places, you know, not so much here. It's just sort of like biting wind and the smell of piss. But it's just
the smell of urine, which is what I was drinking.
But no, so you recorded the album quite some time ago now. Like you say, you kept pushing it back because you wanted to get out on tour and all this kind of thing. Obviously, a lot of bands started doing that, and then they got to a point where they just went, "Oh, fuck it, release it." Like last year or whatever. So, with that being said, do you have plans coming up to tour?
We just canceled a tour in May. We were going to do Europe with Enforcer, and we just canceled it.
Oh shit, that would have been great.
Yeah, would have been. Coulda, woulda. And no, it's like I can't. It's too, like I said, we're broke as shit. And if I go on tour and I catch fucking Omicron, like I'm screwed, man. Like,
yeah.
Not to mention, like I've already had 2 vocal surgeries. Like I don't want to fucking even fuck around with that, you know?
No, absolutely.
Like, I'm gonna wind up singing like Tom Waits on the next record.
It works well enough for Tom Waits or death metal.
It does, yeah. I always think about Tom Waits singing kid songs.
You've done a video for
that was mine.
That was mine, yeah.
That was mine. That's true. Yeah. I should shut my big mouth now.
Yeah, well, it's got to be done though. If you're doing it
I guess
live,
there's
it's
no
just
other
going
way.
to fuck the thing up. Yeah. So this is the first video for the album. Obviously, you've released a couple of other songs as well. What was the recording process like for the video? Because I've seen like a couple of behind the scenes pictures now. It looked like a pretty cool environment. You know, it didn't look too barren. So yeah, what was the video like to record?
It snowed like a motherfucker while we were filming.
Yeah.
Long Live the Fist, that one?
Yeah, that's the one. No,
Yeah, that's for the last time.
Yeah.
That was the other day. That's in my shed outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's great because I try to make everything. I've been setting it up so all the videos we've been shooting have been here at my place, which is great because then I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. Still turn up late.
Yeah. Where the fuck is he? He's sleeping? He's in his get up. So that one for the last time was it was cold. It was pretty cold. It was like -20, I think. And,
oh shit.
Which is I remember seeing a comment on the video with a guy saying, "You fucking pussies. It's -20, isn't that cold?" And it's not that cold for Canada, depending where you live. This area, it's cold for this area, but if you go up north, it's much colder. But yeah, -20 is still cold to stand around for 5 hours though.
I wouldn't.
And you can't wear your fucking mitts and winter jacket. You gotta wear your stupid normal jacket and no mitts. So yeah, it was cool as balls. But it's cool. The dude, Mike Krusty, his name, and he's a cool dude. He usually does punk videos, and I like a lot of the bands that he was filming videos for. And it's the first time we've ever met him or worked with him, but he was a really rad dude. He was super cool to hang out with. When he came inside my place, I have one of those virtual reality headsets.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said was, "Was that your masturbating tool?" And I was like, "This guy's fun. I like this guy. This guy's totally cool." And and he was. Well, no, you're gonna ruin it. You know, I would never leave my house ever again if I was just watching VR porn all the time. Not that I haven't watched it; it's amazing, but it will ruin all other pornography for the rest of your life. Like, you know what I mean? Like at that point, you're almost at the point where you're like, "Do I really need a girlfriend ever for the rest of my life?" Like it's a very, once you get those weird, you get those bodysuits when you they vibrate and shit, then you're fucked. Then and you're never leaving your house. But it was good. But it was good though. It was only a couple hours. We're doing another one on Saturday. So
cool. Well, what song is that for?
Madman.
Cool.
Yeah. The caveman song. Sounds like a caveman riff. It's all like super fucking with a guy with a club,
Yeah. The perfect sort of song for Tom Waits to sing over.
Yeah. Good work.
Yeah. Also, you signed with Atomic Fire for this album. Atomic Fire is an interesting label because obviously it's kind of an offshoot or something like that of Nuclear Blast. It's like
it's like the anti-Nuclear Blast label.
Yeah, it's kind of like what was it I was saying yesterday? I was talking about the roster and I said they've got Meshuggah, they've got Opeth, they've even got some good bands. But so every Swede is gunning for me now. But that's how it works. But it's an exciting roster, and you've got some proper legends on there like Udo Dirk Schneider and that, and as well you've got bands like yourself and Insight and like real sort of up and coming promising bands. How did this deal with Atomic Fire come to be?
Well, every label, when they make a new label, they need a bunch of power bands, like real tough bands, and then they need a bunch of filler.
Yeah. So
there we have us. Enter Skullfist. No, they just emailed. We were I was actually in the process of fighting with our old label. Okay. And Marcus had emailed and was just like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And I was like, at first I was like, I didn't want to sign to any record label.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather just fade away into obscurity than deal with all that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And but after we talked a little bit, what I wanted out of because I would never try to take too much because I get it. It's a double whammy. Two parties got to feel even. But what I felt was an even deal. Well, I think I could argue that it is an even deal. I wasn't being a dick about it. I was just trying to set it up so that I'm not giving anybody hand jobs, And
don't they know you can just get a VR headset now?
Well, they didn't get it. Yeah. And they were cool with it. That's what I was surprised by. I was like, this is what is a nice deal. So this is what is a fair deal. So no one is ever going to give it to anybody because labels get fucked in the head. And I guess they have the advantage because they give people money, and that's no band has 20 grand to pay for a record, but we did. So we paid for our own record, and that way we can negotiate a fair deal. But Atomic Fire is, I will say that so far working with them has actually been totally counter to what I had always thought. And I unfortunately had to change my opinion. Record, it was hard to do, but I had to admit that not everybody is stupid. They have been really cool. Yeah, they have been really great.
That's the problem when you grow up listening to bands like Raven or whoever else that have recorded songs of like just saying "fuck the label," then it does sort of drill that opinion into you. So by the time you're old enough,
I came from I was a psycho when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Just bent up, you're a kid, no internet. I was just like all the time, and so I think it's like I was saying it the other day. Is like I think that there's like a certain. It's like if they say that thing, if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you do it? And you say no, I wouldn't do it. But at the same point, I think there's some people that have the mindset that's like, if nobody jumped off the bridge, would you just jump off the bridge anyway? And part of me is like, yeah, fucking right, I would.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's go.
Be a leader, not a follower.
Yeah. I've just always been like very shitty about everything. You know what I mean? Like I just don't like anything. So I was always like that with record labels. And I mean, although with a record label, you could say, well, there's evidence to support that idea. But as I said, unfortunately, I had to admit that dealing with Atomic Fire has been totally actually good so far.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're nice guys. So, I mean, so maybe in a year, I don't know, I doubt it, but in a year, maybe I'll be like, oh man, those guys are dickheads, But no, I don't think so. Everything has been totally chill.
Cool.
It's good.
Cool.
Yeah. It's relieving to not have to think about that kind of shit,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Zach, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me today. Good luck with the album. I'm looking forward to that Madman video because I really like the songs that have been released so far.
It's going to be it's just the exact same type of video as the last one. It's like nothing different,
No. So, well, it'll be a different song. So there you go.
But it's just the same song. Just released two of the same. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Most metalheads will take them near the end for them to go, hang on a minute.
I was going to say, they won't fucking know the difference. It's like,
yeah. I mean, how long did it take people to clock on that that's what AC/DC were doing?
Right? Yeah. I don't know if it was true, but I remember someone telling me long time ago, like 10 years ago, that someone did an interview with Angus Young and said people would say that you've released the same album 14 times. And he said, no, 15 times. I don't know if that was true, but
that sounds true. Anyway,
but I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Zach. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Absolutely, man.
And, all the best. All the love to Canada.
Yeah, dude. Well, when I'm there, next time we're there, I owe you a beer. I'll steal them from backstage. Then I don't have to pay for it. You just, here you go. Have these.